Last time on Taverns and Caverns, the Purest Fire fought well. Wish Ugmug was here to see it. Oh, I'm sorry, getting sidetracked. We also faced soldiers of Kodar. We were able to defeat them, sadly at a cost. Damn it, Biggs. Can we get a moment of silence for him? So now, after taking some armor, we head up to the surface. My bad, guys, on that noise. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Right? Episode 75, Escaping Terror.
Last time on Towns and Caverns, our party had just escaped the underground sewers of the Amiwa ruins, and upon escaping the sewers, they found that the ruins of Amiwa, where the Shimaran soldiers were using as a base of sorts, was suddenly attacked by several rat Yaksha, and exactly where we left off, the party saw the streets of Amiwa being flooded with these rat Yaksha, along with other Yaksha that looked similar to the child with the giant eyes inside of its chest that they burned down below. And when they witnessed this Yaksha, it did some type of magic, or it did something where it exploded some of the heads of surrounding soldiers that were attempting to do battle with the Yaksha. But where we left off was where Roroi decided to try and make a stealth check, and he failed up miserably. And the Yaksha heard them, and that's exactly where we left off. So that's what we're going to pick up today. But before we get started with today, I am sorry I did not record where Robert and Felicia were arguing about Game of Thrones, because this is not Cast of Thrones. So
But it could be.
That was my bad for stirring the pot.
Rod
Did you
always
listen to
got
Cast of
to
Thrones, Rod?
You know, I can't help it.
Damn, he ignored your question.
He didn't hear me.
I didn't
Did you
hear it.
listen to Cast of Thrones?
Yes, I
Oh, you
did.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you first stir in the pot. I see.
Yeah, I got a little fuel to stir it.
You heard me
Jesus.
ranting about it because Tim also likes the greens. I said, you better get the fuck out of my house. I'm gonna cancel this Zoom call immediately.
Damn.
Also, my bad for making all the noise. Just making all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, well, at least none of us have, spouses that want our characters dead.
That's true.
Oh,
That
my
is
goodness.
true.
That's rough. That's a rough one.
Yeah,
man.
listeners. Apparently, Rodimus's wife wants Roroi to die. I have no idea why. She just hates his character, and I find it hilarious.
I'm trying to figure that as well.
Does she just sit there and listen to you play?
She listens like after recording and everything, and then she
So
listens
she
to some
actually
of the...
listens to the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She hates you.
So did she start Towns Caverns with season 2 then?
Yeah, she
Okay.
started with season 2. I'm getting her to listen to episodes of season 1 as well. So
Nice.
yeah.
I just find it hilarious that she hates your character, man.
Yeah.
It's dirty.
That is
I know.
dirty.
It is
That
dirty.
is.
I feel betrayed.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's go ahead and get on with what was going on last session. So, as you all are able to see, the map is filled with Yaksha, and you guys are just now coming out of what looks like to be some sort of alleyway that was leading into the sewers. And where you are now is sort of a center square on a block somewhere in the city of Amiwa. And you can see in the center there is a destroyed fountain that has seen better days. Many of the buildings are rubble due to the war with Koldar. But the Yaksha that heard Roroi, the one that looked similar to the Yaksha that you burned down below, is to the southeast of the map. Right ahead of you. You guys can see it straight ahead. And as it heard Roroi, you can see it begins to turn its face towards your party's direction. And it begins to hiss out, making a screech that you would assume is informing the other Yaksha of your current presence. What is the party doing at this point? You see the dwarf Wedge looks back at Roroi. Gods, what have you done?
My bad.
Oh, you think we're gonna have a studio audience? No! Damn it!
Oh man, my stealth is still kind of high on there. I see a 25 on that list.
You're still
You
hitting.
ain't see me.
You saw this group. I'm crying.
I'm just saying.
Houta just like in the background, like leaning up
He
against
ducked
the wall.
behind like a He said,
Right.
"Nah, not
What is he,
me."
in a barrel?
He said he heard you, not me.
Okay.
All I know is we better Scooby Doo out of here because I don't got a lot of spells left, y'all.
Yes, remember, you're all still hurt from the prior battles. You have not had the opportunity to rest. This is happening within minutes of you guys fighting those two soldiers down below. So you're all still pretty wounded. You can see Wedge and Shinoru, they just look back at that creature and they look back at you and they both nod and they point to the left. There is a road ahead of you leading to the left path where if you look, there are two rat yaksha standing there. They're not looking your way, but Ashino is telling the group that that is the direction that you all need to go. You can't turn back now. If you do, you're just going to head right back into the sewers, which she believes would be a terrible move because you'd get trapped down there. So they're wanting to escape down another road or another street, try to get away from these. So what is the plan? You guys have a couple seconds here to quickly decide if that's the route you wish to take or if you wish to attempt to move into a different direction. Remember, Wedge and Ashina both know the streets of Amiwa more than the four of you since they've been here for a while.
It sounds like they should take the lead.
Can they? Yeah, can we follow them?
I mean, yeah.
Can we run?
Yeah,
Sounds
you-
good to me.
All right. So as you all prepare to make break for it, there's not much you can do. Again, there are several yaksha in this courtyard area. You would be overran fairly quickly. But before you can see the yaksha all begin to turn towards your direction, the two that are in your way to the north, they're not aware of the presence just yet. But the rat yaksha near the other yaksha that warned them, only the ones near it were able to hear it at this point in time. So the other yaksha to the northeast don't hear it just yet. But before those yaksha begin to charge towards your direction, I need everyone to make me some perception checks in the heat of the moment. Things are happening quick.
How tall is this building I'm next to?
The building that you are between,
How do I have a +6 to my perception? I rolled a 1.
Got a 12.
so the building next to you, Houta, to the left or to the right of you?
To my left.
To your left. So that building looks to be about 25 feet tall.
All right. I got Tenchu thoughts going on now. Know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But you go leave everyone on the ground. But no, that's a possibility. So Houta got a natural 20 on his perception. For 21, we have Stella with a 17, Yome with a 7, and Roy with a 12. So everyone but Yome can hear this and see this. Yome,
I got fox ears. I can't hear shit. What's
you're
going on?
you're in the back. The screech that the yaksha just laid out fucked up your ears because you heard
I'm
it.
stressed.
You heard
Yeah.
it prime. You're stressed out. That screech it was like chalk or nails on a chalkboard to you.
I'm trying to
Damn.
live, y'all.
So the rest of you, though, while Yome is trying to get that sound of the screech out of her ears, you all can see down the road behind that group of yaksha that noticed you that there are a couple soldiers rushing down that way, and you can hear them yelling, "Attack! Kill the yaksha!" And as they do so, yeah, attack,
That's how they
kill
say
the
it.
yaksha. I mean, attack.
We've done this over and over again.
Listen, yeah, exactly. Listen, just saying. You want me to yell it?
Calm down, Linda. Continue.
Let me have this sip of coffee. Let this coffee kick in first. But yeah, so they're yelling out attack towards the yaksha, and a small group of soldiers begin to rush at that group, which buys your party a few minutes. Those rat yaksha and that weird looking yaksha turn around, and as much as they want to attack you, they're physically being attacked by another group of soldiers. So you can see that group of Yaksha, they rush towards those group of soldiers, but they still know you're there. So this is your opportunity to get away. So I'm going to move them from the map. They rush off to the southeast to fight those soldiers. Meanwhile, the other Yaksha to the northeast all begin to rush off as well. It looks like another group of soldiers appeared and they're going to go fight. And only a couple of the rat Yakshas stay near your current group, but they begin to patrol the area. So let me move them around. As they begin to patrol the area, leaving your group unattended, these ones don't know you're there just yet. So this is going to be an opportunity for you all to sneak through. Ashina, Ruri, and Wedge want to head to the left, where I'm pinging on the map, to the very northwest. That's the direction you need to go. Now that the other Yaksha are occupied, leaving only 5 to patrol this square, what are you all planning to do now? I'm gonna put up the turn order, and we can do initiative now. And you can decide to sneak past them or do battle. Now remember, you're all still hurt. So let me there we go. So go ahead and roll your initiative. So Stella's got a 9 on her initiative. Hota's got a 9 as well. And
What's
what
up with rolling to 12s today?
right? Roroi with a 12. And what is Yome got? And I'll just have both NPCs go at the same time. They have a 7. Woo! Damn. And Yome with an 11. So the turn order goes Roroi with a 12, Yome with 11, Stella and Houta, you both got 9. So whichever one of you have the bigger dex, I'd say goes first. If you have the same dex, then you guys can choose who goes
Mine's
first.
a +5.
Mine's a 6.
Okay, so Stella goes first, and then NPCs, and then let me make a roll for the Yaksha. So they have a 16. So, but they don't know you're there yet. So you will get a free round without them noticing. So add them to the turn order there. All right, so there they are. So the Yaksha will make a skip because they just moved. So Roroi, you have the first turn. You can see Wedge and Ashina, they look at you, and Ashina really places her finger to her lips. You can't see her lips or her face because of her mask with her samurai helmet, but she just goes, shh, quiet this time. Let's try and sneak past them. All right. So Roroi, what are you doing? Remember, you want to get left onto the street and make your way to the north where that alleyway.
Roy will nod, acknowledging to try to be quiet. First thing he's going to do is going to use his last spell.
Okay.
And cast False Life.
Oh, false life. Okay. So you're giving yourself some temporary HP, or are you giving it to someone else?
Himself.
It is a self. Never mind. You have to use yourself. All right. So you got 5 additional temporary HP. So
You rolled a 1.
all right. So after you heal yourself, Roroi likes to touch himself. Touch.
Mm-hmm.
What do? You still have your movement and bonus action.
Guess he's gonna try to sneak up closer to this corner here.
So going over to the corner where the Yaksha's on the opposite side. Luckily, the Yaksha that's closest to you around the corner is facing the other direction. Looks like it's heading northwards. So he does not know you're there, and he's not even looking. So unless you trip over some trash cans or some crazy shit, don't roll a 1. If you're trying to be sneaky, I would make you roll a stealth because he's so close to the group.
Yes, I figured. Come on.
All right,
17.
So make your movement, and he does not hear you. The Yaksha does not hear Roroi. So go ahead and move where you want to. And will that be it for you, Roroi?
Yes, that will be all for me.
All right, it is now Yome's turn. Remember, in the center of the map, it is like a town square with a broken down fountain in the middle. Now, there's plenty of broken up stone walls and whatnot near the fountain. These are high enough to where you can hide behind them to cover yourself from the other Yaksha. So you are able to go into the center part of the map near the fountain. There's a lot of other things that are blocking sight of view. So you are able to go there if you wish to go there. Yome, what are you doing?
They know we're there though, yeah?
No, these ones don't. The other
just
group
the one.
that ran off knew you were there, but they're busy fighting.
So I can try to hide, is what you're telling me.
You can try to stealth and hide to try and make it to the northeast or northwest alleyway.
I want to try that. I want to do that.
Okay. So where are you moving with your movement speed?
You said I can hide like. Okay. So I can hide. Well, this guy's here though. So you're saying I can hide like here?
Yeah. But this one, remember the Yaksha on the bottom right, he's patrolling as well, so potentially can be
It's
spotted.
like Ocarina of Time where you're trying to sneak in the castle.
Yes.
I don't like it. Is he looking at me?
No, they're not looking at you, Jesse. They're all looking away, but they're patrolling. So when they turn around and walk, they may spot you. So it just depends on what they're doing.
This
But they're
is
all
the
looking away
furthest-
from you.
Well, so I'm gonna try to roll stealth. Is that what I gotta do?
Yes, so they don't hear you.
Ugh.
So they're all now facing the direction that they're looking, so it's helpful. Oh, you rolled a 19.
Now it looks like it looks like they're all laughing about cheese or something. They're like, this place is fucked up. We did it.
I'm weak.
So you rolled a 19. You all see Yome. She does a dive, her little fox-like dive. She
Like, should I
rolls,
be like here or something?
rolls on the ground, and she just kneeling down. She's up against this wall near to the fountain. Yeah, that's a good spot. It did not hear you, and it doesn't see you.
Okay.
So let me do this. There you
That's
go.
all I got. I don't
All
really
right.
have any spells left, so I'm not really useful. Unless
all
there's
right.
an animal around that I can be friends with.
Not at the moment. If they were normal rats, then yes, but they are not normal rats. Stella, you see Yome, she rushes forward. She does a little dive and rolls and then lands leaning against this wall, kneeling down.
Graceful.
Gracefully.
Didn't even hear me, like a little fox.
Like a ninja. What are you doing, Stella?
I will cast cantrip.
Oh, minor illusion. You can create a sound. Its volume can range from a whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating drums, or any other sound you choose. So it can be casted in a 30-foot range. So what are you casting with your minor illusion? What kind of illusion are you doing? It could be an image or a sound.
This is for you, R.I.P. And she's gonna cast an illusion of Biggs,
Oh,
even though he died.
All right, so
Damn it, Biggs.
Yep. God damn it, Biggs.
Damn it, Biggs. So where do you want to cast it? You have 30-foot range to cast it.
Well, I'm gonna move and then cast it.
Okay, perfect. So where do you
'Cause-
want to move?
Basically here. And then I want to cast it like in the center, kind of bring them all in that area.
Okay. So like you have 30-foot range. So like here.
Yeah. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Not the X. Oh, there you go.
So we have you're casting an illusion of Biggs. As the illusion begins to form, a couple of the Yaksha, not all of them, spot the illusion, and they are not sure it is illusion or not. They think it's real at this current time. So you can hear the Yaksha nearby, especially the Yaksha that's near the fountain. It hisses out, and you've caught some of their attention. And I will mark the ones that it is currently distracting. I'll do it with a blue icon. So it distracted 3 of the Yaksha that are closest to it, especially the one that is next to the party, right around the corner. You can see they all turn in the direction. Now, the Yaksha the furthest north and the furthest south do not see the illusion just yet, so they're not worried about it momentarily. But you've caught their attention. Good job.
All right. So I'm gonna use a remainder of my movement. So what I got, like, I guess 20 left. Could I hide like in this bush?
So if you do that, you'll have to move in front of that Yaksha. It would most likely spot you, but I would say if you try
Okay,
to sneak behind it,
I was
there
gonna
is
say,
room.
yeah, like here.
Yeah, you can
Well-
try and sneak behind it. There's room. Now, I'd say you have to make a stealth check, but I'll give you advantage to the stealth check only because it is now focusing on that illusion. So it's not paying attention necessarily to its surroundings. So you have a 15 with advantage. That's going to beat its passive perception. So you're able to slowly sneak behind the Yaksha. As soon as it turns around, You quickly move behind it into the shadows. You're right up against the building and the door where the Yaksha is standing in front of, and you're right behind it. It's hissing angrily towards your illusion. Now, remember, it is illusion. So once they attack it, they're going to figure it out it's an illusion. So, all right, Houta, you see Stella. She is right behind that Yaksha. What are you doing?
Houta is looking at the rubble next to this building. And how high is the rubble?
One that's right next to you,
Yep.
up against the building. The rubble goes up about 10 feet, and the building's about 25 feet.
Well, he's going to use his acrobatics to do his best to get to that rooftop.
Okay, so make me an acrobatics check.
And it's gonna look fancy too. He's gonna run up the rubble, run up the wall, jump off the wall, and try to grab the ledge.
All right, Tenshu.
Oh, right. Oh,
Damn,
you
26.
did what needed to be done.
God damn. All
He
right.
did some Prince of Persia.
Bro, you do it with style. Stand the time, Prince of Persia.
Yep. You knew the one.
Yeah.
Yup. I knew the exact one.
So he's up here, right on that rooftop.
All right, so you're able to get onto the rooftop of the building next to Stella and Roroi. Once you're on top, though, you still have a couple of your movement speed left, or you also have bonus action.
Yeah, he's going to use a bonus action when he's going to move about here, and he's going to use his cunning action and hide.
All right, so you go flat. You lay down flat on that roof.
Yep, I become the wind.
All right, so you're laying on the roof fairly well hidden, and you have a wonderful view of the town square, or the square that you're currently in. And we'll call it the town square because this is just a block. But you can definitely see all 5 Yaksha now in the vicinity, as well as your allies. The only people you can't see are Roroi, Wedge, and Stella, because they're so close to the building that you're on. Yep. But you can see every corner of the map. You can warn everyone if the Yaksha that first saw you are coming back and whatnot, depending on your perception checks. You have advantage now on that.
All right.
All right. Is that it for you?
Yep.
All right. It is now the NPCs. Wedge, he's going to hold. He looks down at his armor, and then he looks over at Roroi and Yome and Ashina, and he just shakes his head. Not yet. I'm wearing too heavy of an armor. That Yaksha's too close. I'm going to wait my turn. And Ashina, though, she will try and make a break towards Yome, and I'm going to roll a stealth for her. Also, she has advantage, too, because the one that's next to you guys is too busy. Let's see, so that's a 10 and a 16. So she'll have a 16. Yome, you just see Ashina Rui, the samurai woman. She just rushes next to you around the corner. She has her glaive out still, and she just kneels down. So the Yaksha to the far bottom left or bottom right of the map is facing her direction, but there's a pile of rubble and everything hiding her from that view. So that's their turn. It is now the Yakshas. So the Yaksha next to Stella, it's going to charge at the illusion, as well as the other 2 that saw it. And Stella, you have the best view, as well as Houta. All 3 of those Yaksha dive at Biggs at the same time. And as they all dive from 3 different directions, you see them, they all just cartoonishly dive into one another, going through the illusion, and they bonk each other's heads, and they fall to the ground. And they now know it is physically untouchable. They're not sure if it's real or not yet. What do you have the illusion doing? Are you having him try to fight?
Yeah, so I have him standing there swinging his weapon and saying, "Come at me."
Okay, so as they all hit each other, I'm going to make an intelligence roll for them. They're pretty stupid. All right, so I got a 5. They all 3 look at each other. They still don't know technically that it is an illusion. They think maybe he protects himself with magic. So they're going to keep their focus on him for this round, for the next round. The other Yaksha, though, spots the illusion. He goes to check on what's going on. And the other Yaksha is coming around the corner here. And just as he's coming around, he might spot Ashina. So I'm going to make perception. And I rolled a 3. So it does not see Ashina hiding there in the rubble. It turns around, however, and it does spot Big swinging around his fake greatsword. So the Yaksha are preoccupied. This is now your opportunity to make your way northwards. Roroi, what are you doing? It's back to your turn.
We're just gonna sneak off and try to make a run for it.
Are you not being stealthy anymore? You're just running?
No,
for it?
no. He's gonna be stealthy, but
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank God.
no. I misspoke. I'm sorry. He's gonna try to make it up there sneakily.
Okay. Make me that stealth. I'll give you advantage too, because these three are fucking stupid and they're still attacking this fake illusion.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 20. Not a crit, but that's a 20.
Yeah. You want me to roll again?
If you want to. I mean, you might get a crit. Damn, 220.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So Roroi moonwalks past these guys. He has no issues staying stealthy thanks to Stella's quick thinking with her minor illusion.
Up here.
Do you do anything else, Roroi? Do you have a bonus action or do you make an action? Or are you just ignoring them and holding your turn?
Just ignoring them, holding the turn. Yeah.
All right. Yome, it's your turn. You see Ashina, she taps you on the shoulder. She has a finger on her mouth. Shh, there's one behind us.
She said, "Don't fuck it up." Are we trying to be sneaky? We're just all sneaking out, yeah?
Yes, it sounds like
I will hope so.
you don't want to die. End of season 2 if you guys die.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna scooch up.
All right, so you
This
rolled a
is 30
15 stealth. They still don't know. They don't hear you. So Yome rushes past part of that central square area, past the fountain, and she's able to get near Roroi. All right, Stella, it's your turn. You see Roroi and Yome sneaking past you. Do you join them?
Yeah, but because I
Also-
can use the sound as well. I'm thinking of trying to send them even further.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can potentially.
I want to see if I can do it like here. If I can make the noise there, will they hear it from over there though?
So you within
That's-
30 feet of you,
Yeah.
they can potentially, depending on what kind of sound you're trying to make. Yeah,
Well, I want to make it sound like a Yaksha being slaughtered, and I want them
near where Wedge is.
like
Well-
inside of this thing.
Oh, inside the building.
Yeah.
Okay, you can do that. I'll say that there's a window into that
Because
building.
Wedge would be able to move before
Yeah.
them.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay.
I want to make that illusion disappear, and since this is a cantrip, I'm just gonna recast it as a sound
Okay.
of a Yaksha being slaughtered coming from that hut.
And you're making it screech as loud as it can.
Yeah.
All right. So to the building directly south of Wedge, you see an opening, a window, and you're making the sound come from that window and creates the sound of a screeching Yaksha. I'm gonna make some. I rolled a 19. They all definitely hear the screeching.
Oh shit! I'm about to just roll a stealth. That's great. So fuck it. I don't really care, and I'm gonna run.
All right. So you have a 25 on your stealth. All right. So go ahead and move.
Or like in here, I guess.
All right. Stella rushes past Roy and Yome. All right. Houta. Unless there's anything else, Stella, you want to do bonus action wise.
Nah.
All right. Houta, you can see most of your party other than Wedge and Ashina. They're still to the south part of the map, but everyone else seems to be making their way. What are you doing?
So we're making our way just behind this building here or here?
Yeah, to the northwest.
All right. Well, that's where I'm going. I could dash. I don't think anybody hear me. Yeah, we're gonna sneak. We're just gonna keep sneaking.
You're not gonna ninja scroll run on that building?
Oh, we're doing some Ricky Morrow. All right. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're just gonna move right there. He's
All right, so Hota's still on the building. Do you want to make any perception checks to see if you can see what's going on around the area? Because remember, it is one block out of many blocks. So the next street you're going to be going into is an alleyway that connects to another street. But you can make perception to see what we can see in the alleyway, or if you can try and spot anything else near your allies.
well. First, I'm gonna use my cunning action to hide. Then we're gonna go into the perception.
Okay, make your hide.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So that's a 9 perception. I'm going to say with a 9, you can see the alleyway ahead of you is clear, but you don't see much from where the group of Yaksha that noticed you that are fighting the soldiers. You can't see them coming, or if they are even coming at all.
all right.
So, all right. NPC's turn. All right, let me make some stealth rolls here. Oh, that's a nat 20 for Wedge. You see Wedge, he's going to use his movement, and he just comes right behind you, Roroi. And Ashina is going to do hers as well. I don't have Wedge character sheet on Roll20, so I have to physically roll dice for him. Ooh, she got a 20, and she is going to rush right behind Yome as well. So they're able to get past the Yaksha along with as you guys. And the Yaksha, now hearing that sound, they're all rushing towards that sound at this point. You can see some of them right behind you run right past you without even batting an eye at you guys. They're all coming down here now to the bottom left of the map. I'll say one Yaksha is very close to you, though. All right. Roroi, you can see they're all busy chasing that screeching sound of a Yaksha. There is one Yaksha that's right behind Ashina Ruri around the corner and potentially could spot you if you're not careful. So, do you make a break for it towards the alleyway?
Yeah.
Make me that stealth check.
No.
12.
Make it with advantage because they're all okay. 17.
17.
So,
Oh, thank God.
yeah, I was gonna say don't forget the advantage part because they're distracted and they don't know you're there yet. So, all right. So with the 17, Roy, you just hurry your ass up.
I'll stop right there.
Okay, so you are able to make it to the alleyway. You rush into the alleyway away from the square, and you are now considered safe for the time being. Yome, what are you doing? Oh my God, I'm scared for
Dipping.
you. If someone fucks up the stealth, that was actually very smart on Bri to cast minor illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to Bri. If it wasn't for her, you guys would not have advantage on your stealth.
Just genius.
Rolling Dookie.
Ooh, 19.
Ooh, all right, nice.
I'm getting up there by Roroi.
All right, so Yome rushes towards Roy. All right.
We're dipping. We said,
Yup, y'all. You guys are fucking booking it. If this was a live action or like a movie I could watch, I'd be laughing my ass off right now.
I know you love when people run away.
I love it when people are running away in fear. That shit is hilarious.
Random.
Too much Mountain Blade for you.
I'm gonna say, is it funny when mailmen get chased by dogs?
It depends on the situation. It depends on the scenery, on the situation, and the type of dog.
Not the scenery and the type of dog.
Yeah, so like every time I see, y'all ever seen those videos on like TikTok or Instagram or whatever, where people will put their black lab in a spider outfit and have that motherfucker run out there in the streets scaring people at night. Dude, that shit is hilarious, bro. What people they get so scared they trip. I'm like, who trips while running away? That's only in movies. And then you see this dog that looks like a giant spider because it's dark out, and they just see the costume, the spider legs. People be turning around, tripping over each other. That shit is hilarious.
Oh,
you never see me run, so that is possible.
I crack up every time I see that shit. The best one though to this day is fucking not The Exorcist. What's that movie, Felicia, where they're doing the Salem witch trials? Crucible. The Crucible, man. When they're all running out of the fucking church after they think she's a witch, dude, that shit cracks me up. They be running out doing the cross symbol on their chest and shit while scared. That shit is so funny.
Ew, now I have to watch it. I've never seen that movie.
Damn, Ryan's over here like, I love it when my enemies cower in fear. I love it when they run away.
Dude, he loves it. He thinks it's so funny. He'll be sitting on the toilet pooping forever and just laughing at people running.
Jesus.
Anyways, so Yome is able to sneak by. Houta, what are you doing? I'm sorry, Stella, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm making a run for it. Oof, that advantage.
Thank God. All right. So Stella, a 9 and a 23, but with advantage, she is able to get around the corner and head into the alleyway. All right. Anything else, Stella? Or
Come on, Wedge. Oh, Houta.
There.
All right. Houta is just going to move forward and hop down from the building.
All right.
Gracefully. It's going to land like a superhero. Cloak swirling.
Make me an acrobatics check.
Oh, you got it.
All right. You're not the most graceful, but you're able to do it. It's standard. It's standard. Nothing embarrassing happens, but you don't look too cool.
Damn.
You just
not
jump
what
down.
I was looking for. I was meant to look a little cool. Not, but all right. Let's do it.
Anything else?
Did you say something?
No, he's going to do nothing. He's done.
All right, so it is now the NPCs. Wedge with advantage. That is going to be. Oh, thank God. That's a 13 with advantage. He had a 4 on his first. So he is going to go and he is able to get with the group. You see he's running with his weapon in hand. He's got this look on his face like, oh. He's breathing heavily. He's tired. He's panting as soon as he gets to you. He's sweating. He's stressed. All right, and it is now Ashina Ruri's turn, and let me make her stealth rolls. A 20 and a 10. So we'll take the 20 because she has advantage, and she gracefully just rushes past. Congratulations! You all are able to get away from the Yaksha. So as you guys get to the entrance to the alleyway, the other Yaksha quickly surround the building with the noise that was coming out of it, not paying attention to you. And it's going to take them a couple seconds to realize that there's not a dying Yaksha in there. So it gives your party enough time to rush into the alleyway. However, I'm going to say, Yome, you're the only one that still has a decent view of across the square. Make me a perception check. 21. So as you all quickly rush into the next alleyway, Yome, you look over your shoulder to kind of spot around, make sure you're not being followed. The very bottom right of the map where the original group of Yaksha that saw you ran off to Yome, you see them making their way back. And as they're making their way back, you can notice some of them are dragging some of those soldiers, the samurai with them. You can't tell if they're dead or not. But they're dragging some of them back. But the one that screeched out, it's still screeching as if it's looking for your party. You inform the others.
I inform you.
Okay.
All right.
But you heard what he said?
Thanks, Yome.
That shit screaming. I don't like it. Let's get the fuck out of here. I need to take a nap somewhere, y'all.
So I'm going to reveal the next map. It's going to be to the left. You're going to see it's like an alleyway looking map. Do y'all see it? Place your characters like somewhere in the middle or so of this map where I'm pinging. All right. So as you all rush into the next alleyway corridor area outside, you know that original group of Yaksha that spotted you are still looking for you. So with Wedge and Ashina leading the way, you see Wedge just, wait, take a breather real quick. I think we're okay for a few seconds. And as he's taking a quick breather, Ashina Ruri is going to rush forward to kind of look ahead. And as she's looking around, what are you all doing?
God, I could see Ashina running around this place like it was Siphon Filter, the SAG run.
Yep.
That's all I could picture, man.
So I know there's technically an opening to the south of the map, but imagine that there's walls here. You're in an alleyway. So, however, in your current surroundings, there is a door into the building to your right, up above on the top of the map. You can see the Wedge is standing next to a cracked open door. That is another building that has a door leading into it. The building has a couple of windows that all have been shut. So it looks like a building you potentially could go into if you want to inspect it by any means. It's either that or you continue down the alleyway to the west where Ashina Ruri is. But Ashina is taking a quick scouting tour around to see if there's anything ahead on the next couple of streets that you're about to run into. But while you're doing that, Wedge, he is, again, catching his breath. Is anyone doing anything particular at this point, or are y'all going to go ahead?
Houta wants to scout and see what's inside of this building just in case there's a secondary way out.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll my stealth. Roll fire, please. Lukewarm.
Okay, 14's decent. So you're going to go into the cracked door into that building and see what's in there?
Yeah.
All right, so you stealthily go into the building. Make me a perception check.
You got it. Roll fire, please. That's not fire.
Well,
that's cold
bad.
water.
That's bad. That's a 4. So as you step into the building, you can see the inside. The interior is a mess. It looks like this building was ransacked during the Battle of Amiwa. All of the furniture is torn apart. You can see there are dishes all over the floor that have been smashed. There is nothing of major value that you can see, but with a perception of 4, as soon as you enter, you accidentally step on one of those cracked dishes, and it cracks it makes a cracking sound as you step on it, as if you were stepping on glass. And it's loud enough that everyone outside the door can hear you stepping on it. But with a 4, you don't see any Yaksha in there, but nothing stands out particular to you at all. It just looks like an abandoned building that has seen better days.
Houta shrugs and comes back out. Oh, I ain't see nothing. Not too much.
You weren't in there very long. No potions? Nothing?
Oh, I ain't see nothing.
Roroi,
She tried to roll perception.
I know.
So Stella's
So this
got a
motherfucker
9.
lying.
Stella gets a 9 on perception. Stella, do you take a peek in there then?
One lion. All right.
Again, this building is also only 1 story. It's not a 2-story building. So it looks like a home, a small home, basically.
I think Roroi's going to try the same too, as he's huffing and puffing, trying to catch his breath.
All right, make me a perception. Jesus Christ. That's a 9 as well. Roy, he walks in, walks out. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you find anything?
Of course not.
No, nothing's in there at all.
Oh, you're breathing full.
No, you're
You
younger
alright?
than all of us.
Hey, I'm not built for speed, okay?
All right, man. He's back.
All right. So, Yome, are you doing anything, or you just gonna wait around until the coast is clear?
I'm waiting for that coast to be clear. I don't have any spells, y'all.
She's like, "Fuck that."
I am scared.
All right. So I'm gonna say you guys did a
Not
wonderful
really.
job. You guys were not noticed at all. Like with the stealth
Did not
checks, you
expect
guys.
that. You hear
Well,
that?
I'm not gonna lie. I have 2
Mhm.
routes. One route, which is the first route that you guys accomplished, was you weren't found or heard. The second route would have been if you guys were found or heard. So you guys are going down path 1 right now. So with the group just waiting to hear back from Ashino Ruri, Wedge, he's gonna walk towards her and he's gonna look over at Roroi, since Roroi's the closest to the way you just came from. Wedge looks over at you, Roroi. Roroi, keep out a lookout for any of those Yaksha that might be coming our way. Tell us if they're on our way here. I'm gonna go talk with Ashina and see what she sees. And he's gonna walk over to talk with her, and she's just kneeling down, making sure she's stealthy, trying to look at every spot possible. She does not want you all to rush out into the next opening without making sure it is clear. It is a large town, so they could be hiding anywhere. And as he goes to talk with her, you can see that they're beginning to talk. Roy, make me a perception check since Wedge asked you to watch the rear. Don't suck at it.
Why are you laughing about watching the rear? Oh, that's why.
I said,
That's why.
don't suck at it.
Oh no! Okay, so Roy with a 7.
Oh,
Roy, you can spot some of the rat Yaksha that you saw before walking around, but with a 7, you don't see any of them coming your way. You definitely aren't paying attention to what could be on the rooftops around you because you're technically in an alleyway. So to you, the coast is clear behind you,
But
or you're not being chased, I should say. Ashino Ruri, though, and Wedge, they quickly rush back towards the party. And you can see she looks at you. We need to hide. There's a group of them coming our way.
oh,
No, there's not.
Shut
Oh.
up, Roy.
From the other direction, Roy. So you have 2 options. You can go back the way you came or find somewhere to hide here in the alleyway or the building that you
I
just
was say,
looked
let's
into.
run in that building.
Is
I
that
want to see some barrels right there. You know what I mean? Feeling a little Metal Gear Solid-y.
Stella runs in the building.
okay? So yeah, you go ahead and if you want to go into the building, just place your character on the roof of the map to say you're inside
the
the
roof?
building. So Wedge, he looks over at Houta and Roy. Quick, hide somewhere.
Is this a tree?
Yeah, technically there is a tree.
Why you gotta be different? You closer to the building.
All right, fine. I'm going inside the building. You know, I'm trying to think outside the box, do things interesting.
Fine, go climb a tree.
No, we're
So
going
they can see
inside,
leaves
though.
falling and shit.
So do you guys shut the door behind you?
Yes.
All right.
That we do now. Yeah.
Don't
So you-
slam that shit though.
Don't slam that shit. Just quietly
Right.
shut it.
Ease it shut.
So you guys ease the door shut, and Ashina and Wedge, they're both sweating, and they both begin to kneel down. Remember, there's a couple of windows that have been shattered. So a couple of them, you can hear what's happening in the alleyway. You could still see what's going on. And if there's any enemies that come by, they could spot you through the windows, the squares or the windows. So you see Wedge and Ashina, they're just kneeling down, trying to hide from standing because they don't want to be spotted from the windows. You can look, the two of them look at your way and they tell you to get down as well. And as that's going on, the area that Ashina was scouting, you can see several Yaksha begin to come from that direction towards your group. Rat Yaksha. They're all rat Yaksha that you also notice, except for the weird one that you saw in the sewers and the one that you saw earlier in the other group.
Why are they following us? Get out.
So what ends up happening is the Yaksha that were coming from the street you were heading to, they come towards the alleyway walking in. And then you can also hear from where you were coming from, the Yaksha that spotted you earlier are coming through as well from the other direction. So you would have been pincered if you were caught. And as they begin to come through, you can hear them slowly walking by. They're not screeching or doing anything, but you can hear the footsteps and the snarling, and you hear bodies being dragged. And what you can hear, if you decide to look through the windows to try and peek, does anyone try to peek to see what's going on out there?
I do
Roroi
not.
will.
No,
Oh.
you sit your noisy ass down.
I mean, Stella is the shortest, so she can she has the best
What is
peeking
that?
status here. She can literally peek.
You're gonna have to pick her up.
The windows that high?
The windows are about, I'd say they're about 4.5 feet high.
She can step on my back then.
Mm,
Guys are gonna knock it. You're gonna knock it
No,
over and it's
I don't
dead.
care what's going on. I've seen enough.
Yeah.
That ninja bitch can look.
Yeah, let her look.
Sorry, Roy's curiosity.
Oh no.
What do we gotta roll?
Stealth, I'm assuming.
You'd have to roll perception and a stealth because you don't want to be noisy about it. And then I'll make you do a perception to see what you see.
Roll
I do
magma.
I don't. Oh God.
So the
All I'm saying
Uh,
is my stealth is a 2. So I'm not willing to take those chances. I don't care. Brian's right. We've seen enough. What are we gonna see? More monsters? We already know what they look like.
Roy, are you looking?
I'm in a difficult position right here. No, better not. I better not.
I'll go ahead and describe then exactly what's going on. You guys are not aware of it, but you definitely know there are Yaksha out there. You can hear them again snarling and the bodies being dragged. You can hear the armor of many of the Shimaran troops. There are a couple of the soldiers. You can hear them grunting in pain. Some of them going, "Oh, I can't feel my arm." The Yaksha that came from the direction you guys came from are dragging several of the soldiers that they were fighting. And they seem to be walking past you in the alleyway. And as they walk past, they come across the other Yaksha from the other side, and they sounds like they're communicating as they're growling and hissing at one another. The Yaksha that blew up the heads of the soldiers, however, stops midway of the alleyway, and it begins to look around as if it can smell something.
Actually, I was able to look without drawing attention. I have a mirror mounted to a handle.
Okay. Do you want to use it?
What if they see the reflection?
I mean, it's too late now. I mean, the good parts have already passed, right?
You don't know. You didn't look.
Tell you right now, Roy's about to really piss his pants.
It's part of my thieves' tools.
Is that what they smell? Or do they smell Roy? Did he fart?
Everyone's sweaty and musty. It's
Yeah,
all of
everyone's,
us.
it's all of you guys.
I'm gonna use my mirror.
Okay.
To look.
All right. So you hold your mirror up. Just make me a stealth check with advantage then.
And one more.
Okay. So you have a 16. So you are carefully holding the mirror into an angle to where you can spot out the window. You hold it in a safe enough angle that it does not gleam in any of the Yaksha's eyes or catch any of the Yaksha's attention. But what you spot, Houta, is exactly what I just described before. You can see the group of Yaksha are dragging off a couple of the soldiers that they attacked off with them. Just pools of blood being dragged across, coming out of these soldiers. And this alleyway that was fairly clean for the most part is now being filled with blood on the streets of this alley as these soldiers are being dragged. You can see a couple of the soldiers are missing limbs. Some of them are dead, but a couple of them that are grunting in pain have all had severe damage to them. And you notice that Yaksha that screeched is standing there sniffing around, and it slowly looks towards your way.
He drops the mirror quickly.
And it just stares towards the window, and it begins to make this clicking sound. And they continue to walk with the soldiers, but the Yaksha that looks your way, it slowly begins to walk towards that window.
Why am I thinking of clickers right now?
Yeah,
God.
I was thinking that too.
I think I'm gonna cast another minor illusion cantrip.
It's slowly making its way towards the window,
I'm scared.
and it's the only one coming towards the window. But again, this creature has these eyes in its bursted open chest, just like the child did in the sewers. But it's making this weird and terrifying clicking sound.
Oh.
What do Stella and Houta do as it's coming towards the window? It's sniffing around at this point.
Do you have a better idea than another like illusion sound?
Anything to distract it even for a second so we can get out of here.
All right. So this time, I guess I want to make like a crash sound almost back toward the way we came. Because you see how like all those holes in the roof?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like
so
it
remember,
sounds like there's
remember you only have a 30-foot range. So
okay, so 5. Okay. This is a tree though, right?
Yes.
It's by the fountain. Okay,
Yes.
we'll just make the tree shake and something fall out of the tree. Like a sound.
Illusion?
Nothing actually falls.
Oh, okay. So you're just making a sound.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a tree shake and leaves will start to come loose.
So as you cast that, the creature or the Yaksha that's near the window, you can see it's slowly beginning to push its head through the open window. But as you cast that, it quickly turns around and it hisses out, and it almost phases in and out of existence. Think of like the Ring, how she phases in and out.
Oh God, the only
Yes. So it begins
I don't
to
want to
phase,
picture that.
and as it phases in and out, it just appears next to the tree.
Damn.
Looking.
Is there another door in this house? Or?
No, this is the only door out.
Okay,
So
at least get away
fire
from the
hazard.
windows.
Oh man, you saw Houta cringing back.
But if we move, we make noise.
So as it does that to the tree, you can hear it now. As it's looking around, and it's looking for whatever made that sound, and it can't seem to find anything. So do you all wait a couple seconds to see what it does?
Hell no. Where's the?
We should
Is there a back window? Back
said it's
door?
not-
That's
No.
gonna make noise.
Let's just let it go. See if it will walk away.
Oh, just like I got get the.
I feel like the mustiest people should leave first.
Bruh, he was sniffing the air. He was poking his head through that window. He'll come back. He'll smell it again.
It's true. It's true.
Where the back door at?
All right. He said there's no other doors.
Oh God damn it!
It's just the windows in the first door. The first door.
Oh.
So as it goes back to the tree, a couple seconds pass, and you just see Ashina. She looks at you guys, and she just telling you to be as quiet as possible. And after a couple seconds, that Yaksha that teleported or phased in and out it continues to sniff around the tree. And the other Yaksha, though, began to make their way back towards the direction you were supposed to go. And they walk away from the situation. And the other Yaksha that came from the square that you just came from, they're dragging the bodies. They walk the same direction that you were supposed to walk. However, the Yaksha that was sniffing around, 2 of the rat Yaksha stay behind with it as the soldiers are dragged off by the others. And it leaves 3 of them behind. That sniffing Yaksha and the 2 rat Yaksha, they stay for a couple of seconds. And as they do so, though, what you would think or call it, the leader Yaksha of these, points back towards the direction you came from, and they slowly begin to make their way back towards where you guys came from, leaving the alleyway empty. But at this point, the alleyway now is gruesome. A couple of the soldiers that had their limbs slightly hanging off, some of their limbs have completely fallen off. So you see maybe a limb here or there, as well as just streaks of blood painting that street, leaving you guys to your devices. What do you guys do at this point in time? They went in both directions.
I feel like we should. How high is the roof?
The roof, it's about 25 to 30 feet high. But Wedge looks at the rest of you. Houta, what did you see out there?
They were drugging bodies, and it looks gruesome out there.
Wedge slowly peeks, and he just looks back at the rest of you. By the Omnikami, it looks like we just stepped out of a meat factory.
Something like that. He's not going wherever that dimensional shifting horror went. He ain't going that direction.
Right. The direction you guys just came from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Off limits.
Ashina looks at the rest of you and she's thinking momentarily. We have 2 options. 1, we continue down the path we're making our way towards. However, it seems the Yaksha were dragging soldiers in that direction, so I'm assuming we're going to run into more. Or option 2, we stay in this building, wait it out for maybe a couple hours and see, and let things die down out there on the streets before we continue making our escape. Any other options you guys can think of?
Oh man, I hate to say it, but waiting it out for a few hours sounds apt. I don't know.
Yeah, we could move away from the windows. I could definitely take a rest. Need some spell slots.
Wedge looks over at Roroi and Yome. What do you 2 think?
Roroi,
I'm really scared to go out the doors. So.
Oh. I'm sorry. Roroi has his goggles down, so you don't see him crying, and he's just nodding his head.
He's crying?
Roy's crying?
He's scared, bro. He's terrified.
I mean, they're dragging off people and they're just dropping limbs from people. He has reason to be scared.
He has never seen anything like this before in his life.
Terrifying.
They're literally ripping people apart, and we're just in the middle of it.
You just see him kind of just rocking back and forth, sitting on the floor.
Okay.
I've seen shit today.
We're
gonna come back.
We don't have time
PTSD.
for this. And get away from the window too.
You all decide to take a short rest. You want to take a short rest?
Yeah. We want to make sure they're gone.
Okay. So the plan is to hold out in this building where potentially you can. It's a dangerous game, but you're in an alleyway with no Yaksha that are currently in it. They don't know you're there. But I'll say with a short rest, do you guys try and block the windows, board them up with some of the furniture that's around to keep them from looking in there again? Or what do you guys do? Or do you decide to just quietly just sit there?
Oh, I'm blocking the window. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
Windows, plural.
So I will say if you're attempting to block any vision from outside through the windows, 3 of the windows can be blocked with some of the furniture that's inside. There's a couple of tables in there with some chairs and whatnot, couches that you could potentially just push to the side to block some of these windows. So we'll say that the party blocks all 3 windows, giving you basically a complete stealth or complete cover, because now all 3 windows are blocked and the door is shut tight. And they can still hear you, though, because remember, those windows have been shattered. So if you make any loud sounds, they can still hear you. But we'll say you're able to get a short rest. So with a short rest, remember, you can roll up to as many hit dice that you have to heal your HP if you decide to do so. So you're all 4th level. So you all have 4 hit die. You can roll up to 4. You don't have to do all of it. If you want to heal your characters, now's the time to do so.
I'm rolling all 4.
All right. Houta, remember, you add your constitution to each one of those.
Okay.
So your constitution modifier, whatever that is added to each roll.
Okay, cool.
All right. So Houta is going to heal for 10 plus whatever his con is. All 4 of those. Roy is going to heal 15 HP, looks like. So go ahead and heal your character. Shinaruri is going to heal as well. She is going to roll up to almost max. And Yome hasn't been touched, so she's fine.
Yeah,
and with a short...
mine's mostly spell slots, but I don't get anything back, I don't think, right?
So with how I did it with short rest, I give you guys half your spell slots back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I do it. So you gain half of your spell slots. So let's just say if you have 2 second level spell slots, you get 1 back. If you have 3, always round down too. So if you have 3 first level spell slots, you only get 1 back. So a couple of you will get spells back, at least a couple of them. You'll get half. So with that, Stella, did you want to get back any of your HP? Oh, never mind. You just did. I saw. So you got 17 HP. So Stella is maxed. Let me go ahead and give you your max HP there, Stella. So looks like everyone is nearly maxed, if not maxed already.
Yep. Feeling good.
All right. And we will end this episode there. Thanks again for listening to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns, everyone. If you enjoyed our shenanigans, we ask that you please leave us ratings and reviews on Apple iTunes or any other podcast platform that you use. Also, please be sure to check out the Taverns and Caverns Patreon for exclusive content that you won't want to miss. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM.
Yo, I'm Brad. I play Stella. And you can follow me on Twitter at Blaze_Nancy Bride King or NBK.
I am Robert Jones, and I played Houta Liu-bei. You can find me on YouTube, Trubone, Trubone.
I'm Felicia, and I play Yome. You can find me on Insta or Twitter at daggertribal.
I'm Rodimus, playing Roroi Royce. You can find me on Twitter at Rodimus7901 or at Instagram at Rodimus83.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Those are all of our players and our cast members for Taverns and Caverns Season 2. Until next time, take care.